over to Melbourne. Birthday to Teresa Halbach, obviously. You know, anybody here on my channel, especially the Wrecking Crew, you know, here on this channel, Teresa's never forgotten. Teresa's never an afterthought. Teresa's never a secondary consideration. None of those things. So, want to do a special live today to talk about Teresa on her birthday. And so that's why we're here. Like I said, we're going to be heading out to Melbourne here in about 30 minutes, I guess, 45 minutes. So, you know, wanted to go live real quick and say hi to everybody. I have been trying to upload a video all night. All night I have tried to upload a video. I even downloaded my editing software to this computer so that I could try to upload a video. Ain't happening. I cannot upload from Australia. Sorry. It's just not happening. So I got a lot of footage for when I get home. Anyways, we're talking about Teresa. Obviously, it's her birthday. You know, it's important to remember her. I am sorry about all the pixelation, folks. That's probably one reason why I can't upload from here. But hi Ziggy, hi Roll, hey Cabranda, hey Charla. So you know, it's important that, you know, for me, it's important that Teresa is, you know, stays, you know, in the forefront of this too. I mean, she's just as, if not more important than all the other BS in this case and all that stuff. It's like I said, she's not an afterthought. She's not a secondary consideration. Teresa Halbach was very well loved by those who were close to her, knew her, who were friends and family. She was very well loved. I mean, a lot of good things. You know, I only hear good things about her and what a really great person she was. And it's important to remember that about Teresa. As everybody knows, I have tremendous sympathy for the Halbach family, for Teresa. It's an absolute horrific thing that happened, and I just, my heart goes out to them that they have to endure all this. You know, it's, you know, they didn't ask for this, they didn't want all this, you know, and you know, and I can sympathize, I really can, but I can also sympathize with the Averys and the Dasseys. I can sympathize with them as well, because when it comes down to it, who's to blame for this? Who's to blame for all this crap? Well, it would be the people that investigated it, right? The agents of Wisconsin. They're the ones to blame, okay? I feel terrible for the Halbachs, but look, it's not supporters of Stephen and Brendan's fault that this happened. It's not. It's ridiculous that they even suggest that it is. Put it this way. None of us, we wouldn't have all gotten interested in this case if it hadn't been such a shit show, right? If it hadn't been such a crap fest of an investigation, we wouldn't really be paying much attention to this, right? But because it was so badly done, it creates all this doubt. It creates tremendous doubt. And the question comes down to, did anybody, including Teresa, receive true justice in this? Did anybody? I don't think they did. I don't think anybody did. Nobody. It's a sad, sad situation, to be sure. Yes, happy birthday, guys. Hello. Hi, Terry. Hi, Scott. Hi, Lisa. It's important, right? And it's just so disingenuous, you know, of the state and some of those people out there that believe that Stephen and Brendan are guilty. So disingenuous to say that we are the ones causing the pain for the Halbachs, that we are the ones doing that. No. That's ridiculous in the extreme. It's not us causing it, okay? It's the terrible investigation. That's what. Yeah. So that's the truth of it. That's what's really the international support, because this is what Wisconsin and Manitowoc you need to realize. The world is watching you. Not just your little state is watching you. Not just the United States is watching you. The entire world is interested in what you've done and how you did it. And we want to figure out what you had going on. Because as this thing progresses, you see that these agents of Wisconsin are holding on to the way Paul Capaldi describes it. Is he describes it as they're holding on to this ever-rising balloon. And this balloon is ever rising because things keep coming out, right, that show the state's disingenuosity or the disingenuous nature of the state. Handing over the CD, not when Zellner was putting together her motion for post-conviction relief. They don't hand it over then so it can be added to the motion for post-conviction relief. They wait till Judge Suk denies the motion for post-conviction relief, and then suddenly they're being all straightforward. Oh, here's this CD. We want to make sure we hand this over. Oh, well, your timing is a little late, guys. It's a little late. Yeah. I mean, so there's that. That's one of the ever-rising balloon factors. Then we get to the bones. Violation of statute, violation of due process, just ridiculousness, right? And so that's, again, the balloon is ever rising, and they are holding on to this ever-rising balloon. You know what that means, right? They keep holding on to it as it gets higher and higher. If they let go, then they're going to fall, right? Then it's going to, then the spit's going to hit the fan, as it were. But the problem is as they continue to hold on to that ever-rising balloon, they get further and further, and then the fall is going to be greater, right? And that's what they're doing. And they're just doing it in the hope that people will lose interest. Is it working? Are we losing interest, folks? No, we're not, quite frankly. There's the investigation was just too bad. It was too screwed up, too messed up. And then considering all the money they spent on it, it's like, and you still, all that money you spent and you still came up with this crap fest. It's just ridiculous. Maybe a Brisbane show next Friday. No, I'm not. I won't be in here next Friday. I'm leaving Monday, by the way, folks. Monday, I'm headed back to the States. So we're going to see the Melbourne show, and that's about it. I wish I could go over to some of the other shows and meet all of you. I really wish I could. I'd love to. We have our big boy pants on. Thanks, Scott. Here, let me read some of the comments here. Let's see. How can the biggest investigation in the history of Wisconsin also be the worst investigation in the world ever? Only because it's deliberately done that way. Well said, Roll. Well said. Very well said. The state giving the Halbachs the bones and is an admission that the bones were hers. In my opinion, I agree with that. Yes. From the Manitowoc gravel pit. Absolutely. I agree. 100%. That's part of the ever-rising balloon that they're holding on to. And they're continuing to try and push their point of view, but it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. So, let's see, true homie, no justice at all. Yep. So there's Jerome. Hey, Jerome, how you doing, buddy? Wearing the shirt, buddy. Showing off the international support here in Australia. Showing off the shirt that Jerome sent me from Belgium. It's like I said, the world is watching. It's not just a local phenomenon in Wisconsin. It's not just Wisconsin or the United States. It's worldwide, in case you didn't know. There's a lot of people interested. These shows that we're going to, like the one we went to at the Duke of Enmore Theater, packed show. People want to hear what the lawyers in this case have to say. And you don't see the agents of the state of Wisconsin going around and doing shows like this and talking about criminal justice issues. You don't hear them doing that, right? Right? Am I right? So, anyways, that's where we're at with that. It's just crazy. So let me look at a few more comments here. Truth for Teresa, RIP. Happy birthday, Teresa. Absolutely. Hello, everyone shared this on Twitter. Thank you so much, Kim K. Let's see. Happy birthday, Teresa from Colorado. All right. Good job, Unicorn Artie. Good to see you. I won't be at the Brisbane show. Sorry about that. I suggested hashtag HBD loss with injustice. Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, so proud of you, brother, and you guys did so much good. Thank you so much, Jerome Fout. Have you tried the Tim Tam with coffee yet? Actually, we do have some Tim Tams, but I haven't got a chance to try them yet. I've been so busy. Like I said, I was up all night trying to upload a video, and I could not get it to go. So many things could have been washed for DNA to try to corroborate VD's confession, or at least the part accepted by Bert and Ernie. Yeah, almost none of them were. They knew they wouldn't find something. Yeah, I agree. There's no trace of Brendan there. And the way that they said it at the show, at the Duke of Enmore, Drizzen referred to it this way. He said, there's no evidence that Brendan was there. There's absolutely zero evidence to back up anything that Brendan said. There's just zero evidence of it. And he said it's like Brendan was a ghost when he helped Stephen do this, if the prosecution is to be believed, right? It's like he was a ghost helping Stephen, if that's what happened. You guys know I don't agree with that. I don't agree Stephen did it either, because there's no freaking proof of a crime ever happening. And the bones are unconvincing because there's only 40% of them. It's the original burn site, folks. It's going to have all the bones, it's going to have every button and rivet off of her jeans or anything metal that she was wearing as part of her clothes. That's all going to be there. Because you see the way they sifted that? They sifted that pit. They dug it up and sifted through every little bit to be missing things like the waist button on the jeans and some rivets and only a couple teeth. And, there's so much missing. If it was the original burn site, you wouldn't have that much stuff missing, right? And so that's another reason why. This is just a complete farce. But I did like the way that Drizzen said that the only way that Brendan could have committed any of these acts is if he was a ghost, and therefore didn't leave any evidence of himself behind, right? So thought that was an interesting quote from Stephen Drizzen. Happy birthday, Teresa. A lot of people are working very, very hard seeking truth. Absolutely. I'm not going to be doing that. Unicorn Artie. OMG, they are awesome. You will fall in love with them. I live in Wisconsin and can't get the attention of Governor Evers. Do you have any suggestions? Might try to, we might try a concerted effort on Twitter to get his attention. I know a lot of people are tweeting him, but he's so new in the job, he may be reluctant to tackle this issue at this time. I don't know exactly what's going through his head, but maybe if we're patient, if we stay on it and we stay at it, we may get him to respond. Hey there, Mark. Let's see here. The state giving the Halbach the bones admission, yeah. Let's see here. OMG, they are awesome. You will fall in love with them. Let's see here. You will have to do the Tim Tam Slam. Unfortunately, I don't drink coffee, guys. So, but maybe some hot chocolate. Maybe I dig hot chocolate. Yes. Thank you, Paul.
Yo, anything else?
No, I didn't need them right now, but thank you. Let's see. He doesn't wait much. Let's see. They jackhammered the garage floor looking for blood and DNA, and they didn't. They tried to find TH's hair in the vacuum cleaner. They knew it wouldn't be there because BD was guessing instead of repeating Bert and Ernie. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Teresa. Yes, absolutely. Milk is fine. Hi, Paul. Yes, hot chocolate or cold. Okay, that'll work. I do love hot chocolate. So, I just don't drink coffee. It's just not my thing. I don't like the taste of it. Even with cream and sugar, it's just not my thing. So, I got my Dr. Pepper. So, in fact, you just reminded me I'm parched. There we go. So, yeah, so like I said, we're here to talk about, the memory of Teresa. I want to encourage everybody today to tweet about Teresa, say, talk about what a great person she was. Remember Teresa for being the very, very sweet individual that was very well loved. That is the fridge, Ziggy, yes. That was very well loved by her loved ones, family, friends. I mean, they all have such wonderful things to say about her. I have no doubt that she was just a really, really sweet person, really, really kind person. These are things I have no doubt about with Teresa. She's just, she definitely deserves to be remembered in all this, and definitely wanted to get on today and say, as I've said before, and I gotta say the Wrecking Crew is awesome because they're right with me on this, and most of the people who come on my channel are right with me on this. You know that Teresa is not a secondary consideration. She is not an afterthought. She is not forgotten. She is not any of those things. She is equally, if not more important than anything else in this case. You know? I just want to say that. So everybody get out there, say nice things about her on Twitter, say nice things about her on Facebook. Get out there and talk about the memory of Teresa and talk about what a very, very good person she was. You know, she deserves to be remembered, and like I said, today's her birthday, so happy birthday, Teresa. We are, you know, really looking to find justice for you and for everybody in this, because I think justice was an afterthought for the agents of the state of Wisconsin, personally. If anything was an afterthought in this, justice was an afterthought for the agents of the state of Wisconsin. That's the reality of it, folks. So, Yep. Okay, so I just pray for Brendan and Steven to get out, but I really hope they don't make a deal that stops them from getting a settlement. Well, you know, I hope they don't make a deal either, but you know, as much as I hope they get reimbursed for spending time wrongfully in prison, I'm more concerned with, I hope they end up not taking a deal or anything like that, because I want the agents, I want the bad actors in this to be exposed, and I want them to meet consequences. I want them to meet with consequences. It's necessary. This needs to be dealt with, okay? We can't have law enforcement agencies thinking that it's okay to pull a BS investigation like this and that it's going to be fine. Nobody's going to question it. No, we need to start taking an interest. We need to start taking a much deeper interest, and we have to get involved. And that's what we're doing. So it's not us that is causing this. It is not us. And, you know, don't let, you know, when you hear those people spouting that crap, that disingenuous crap, just let them know it's not us. We didn't run this, you know, crap fest of an investigation. It's not our fault. We didn't do that. We just saw what it was and went, what the hell is going on here? And we started looking deeper. And the deeper we look, the more we find. That shows the agents of the state of Wisconsin are disingenuous. And you all know what disingenuous means, right? Well, how did Travis put it? That's lawyer talk for, you're a goddamn liar, right? Yes, that's exactly what they are. A bunch of liars. Liars, charlatans, and, you know, jerks. Those agents of the state in Wisconsin who seem to think that this is all okay. So, happy birthday, Teresa. Absolutely. Hey, Mr. Koze, don't forget your airport shuttle leaves in 15 minutes. As I said, folks, I am in a hurry. Mark is reminding me. So, let's see. Wow, I'm sorry. The entire layout of the room is awesome. Yeah, it's cool. These little workman cottages that we're in are kind of cool. Erekose, quick question. Why are low lives, Avery and Dassey, so important? What are you trying to achieve? Well, Dorian Hawkmoon, I mean, I know you've been on my channel before. This isn't your first time here, buddy. You know what we're about here, dude. You know? You call Avery and Dassey you come in here and call Avery and Dassey a lowlife. You offer no substance for your argument. You offer no substance at all. You just come in here calling them a lowlife, asking me, hey, well, I'll tell you what, Dorian, I'll refer you to my 530 videos that I've done. Okay, go take a look, buddy, and you'll get every single thought I have about this case. Go back and start watching. You know, I appreciate that you believe they're guilty. I appreciate that that's your opinion. But I mean, for you to come on here asking me, why is this important? That's disingenuous, Dorian. You're just as disingenuous as the agents of the state of Wisconsin. Do you understand that? You're just as disingenuous. Okay? So, once again, here on my channel, I have tremendous compassion and sympathy for the Halbach family. But I have it in equal proportions. I have that same amount of sympathy and compassion, equal proportions, for the Avery and Dassey families. And I know some of you out there, you guilters, you have trouble understanding that. How can anybody have that much room for that much compassion? Because it's a complete mess. And I do feel for everybody in this mess. Oh, save, I feel zero sympathy, absolute zero sympathy for the agents of the state of Wisconsin, the bad actors. Zero sympathy for them, Dorian. Got it? Zero. Okay? And the reason why, and that goes double for Gahn, Fallon, Kratz, Wiegert, and Fassbender. Those 5 guys, those guys may as well be a piece of refuse as far as I'm concerned. They're all garbage. Garbage, nothing but garbage. Those five names I just named, garbage. Absolute garbage. All right, so amen to that. On your way, Erekose. Yeah, we'll be seeing you guys down in Melbourne. TH deserves our respect, certainly. Not so sure about Mike, though. Yeah, Mike has made some questionable statements and things that kind of make me wonder about him, but I still have tremendous sympathy for the Halbach family. But yeah, Mike has made some statements that kind of have made me kind of cock my head and go, "Huh? What are you talking about, Mike?" Right? Yeah. So I mean, there is some statements that Mike Halbach has made that are a little bit, that make you wonder. But it doesn't matter. For me, I still have tremendous sympathy for the Halbach family. So let's see. Amen, brother. Not sure either. Yes, you're right. People that did this need to be held accountable. Absolutely. They are not lowlives. They are regular people that got screwed by our government. Absolutely. That's why I say, you come in here calling them lowlives, Dorian, and you have no substance to your argument. Come on. Step up the game, Dorian. Step it up. By the way, I love your name, by the way, Dorian. I love that, Dorian Hawkmoon. Those of you who know, I'm Erekose, right? That's my favorite incarnation of the Eternal Champion, as written by Michael Moorcock, right? Dorian Hawkmoon is another incarnation of the champion. Now, I wish Dorian would actually come up with some substance and we could actually have a legitimate, discussion about this, but I don't know that Dorian ever will. Dorian always just comes in with stuff like, how can you have no sympathy for this, whatever. Basically saying things that aren't really true because, anyway. So I hope Dorian's eventually going to dig in at some point and come up with some actual substance to accompany their argument. But who knows if they will. Let's see. Hello from Dublin. Hey, Anthony. Like I said, all the international support, all the people all around the world. This is a big part of it, and what it takes. What do we got to do? What did Dean Strang say we got to do to make effective change in our justice system? We talk about it, and that's what we're doing. That's what I do here, constantly. My channel, daily, maybe sometimes every other day, but fairly often I'm here and we're talking about it. Because we're talking about the issues. We're talking about whether or not this stuff is okay, if it's acceptable, Oh, you're so welcome, Tracy. One second, just catching up with the chat here. Yeah, do your research, buddy. Good job, Jocelyn. They are not lowlives. Yeah, exactly. During Hawking, you might want to put something, you might want to pray something like this doesn't happen to you. Absolutely. Nobody's safe. Injustice anywhere is essentially injustice everywhere. If it can be allowed and accepted in one place, it's a slippery slope before it starts to permeate outward. So it's definitely important that we make these issues, that we table these issues and make sure they get discussed. Okay? It's not to hurt the Halbach family. It's to improve the criminal justice system. Okay? It's to improve. You know, look at guys like Gahn. Norm Gahn goes and writes a freaking statute that says you have to hold on to biological evidence, you know, until a person is released from prison or dies in prison, right? Until they are no longer, you know, under the custody of the state, essentially. And he wrote this thing. And yet he's in the room handing these bones back, knowing they are biological evidence, knowing that they are covered in the statute that he wrote, and yet he's there, handing these bones back, knowing that it's wrong. I mean, this is the disingenuous nature of the state, the agents of the state of Wisconsin, that continue to hold on to this ever-rising balloon. That's what it is. And, you know, so, all right, I'm going to read a few more comments, and then we're going to have to start heading out the door here. So, let's see. Yeah, when he was interviewed, yeah, absolutely. Mike Halbach has said some very disturbing things, you know. So when will you have a chance to go live again? When I get, it'll probably be tonight, which will probably be about middle of the night for all of you. So it might be morning, but maybe I'll go late night. We'll see how many show up. You know, we'll see when I get to the hotel in Melbourne, and we'll see how many. You know, maybe I'll just go live. Maybe won't be a lot of people on it, but then a lot of people will get to watch it in the morning or something. So we'll see. Maybe I'll go live tonight, or I might just wait till morning so that I can do it at a time when, you know, the U.S. is up, the European, hopefully people in Europe and stuff will be up. So that's hopefully where we're headed. So Dorian Half Moon. I'm hopping on a small lawnmower type plane. I actually don't know yet. Mark would be the guy to ask about that. Nobody's immune for false accusations in the USA. Yep. Hey, Erekose, hey, how's it going? Hey, Shadrick. If you will be here, I will stay up. Okay, well, message me in about, let's see, it's about 10:30 now. Message me in about 7 hours, Ziggy, and then we'll talk and we'll see where I'm at and if I'm ready to go live. Ali Apperson, I watch all your videos and you're a rock star, dedicated and smart. Yep, Ali's awesome. We love Ali. So, all right. So, I think that's about it, folks. For this one, I got to get ready to head to Melbourne. So, just wanted to go ahead and hammer it home, folks. Let's keep talking about Teresa today. It's all about Teresa today on her birthday. You know, she will never be forgotten. You know, I love you guys. Wrecking Crew, I know, is right on board with me. I know they're right there with me on this. So you guys, too, the Wrecking Crew, get out there, show your appreciation, show your respect for Teresa. Show that we supporters have big hearts and we can feel compassion for more than one family. We are capable of doing that. One last little thing I want to add. We went to the Sydney Opera House last night, folks. We saw what was her name, Paul? Judith what?
Judith Lucy.
Judith Lucy. We saw a comedian named Judith Lucy. Very irreverent, very funny. But while I was there, I picked up a Sydney Opera House shot glass. I picked up a little commemorative coin or a little collector coin from the Sydney Opera House. And then I got this to sit on my my desk when I get back home to be a little memento of my trip to Australia. And it's basically a little nano block like Legos of a koala in a tree branch. So this is going to be the little thing that sits on my desk when I get back home to the U.S. to remind me of the very pleasant memories created here in Australia. And not the least of which is this video where we talk about Teresa. So that will be one thing that this will always be a reminder of how I came to Australia, and it happened to be Teresa's birthday, and we got to do this little video where we talk about what a wonderful person she is. So that's kind of what I got there at the Sydney Opera House. I got a lot of footage of it, folks, on my GoPro when I get home. I got footage of it during daylight. I got footage of it at night. The big bridge across the bay from the Sydney Opera House. I got lots of footage of it at night, lit up and stuff like that. So I got a lot of things to share with you guys when I get home. When I get to my proper computer with my really fast internet, because I have fiber optic connection at home that's super fast. I have like 800 megs upload and like 800 megs download and like 500 or 600 megs upload. And so I'm able to upload things better. I think I've been struggling uploading all night because the internet here is just not as good. At home I'm hardwired. Just a lot of reasons why it works better at home. And the best I can do here while I'm in Australia is go live. But I am getting lots of footage, lots of stuff to share. So be assured of that. So let's see. We have a Dutchman, more than 34 years in prison, wrongly convicted in the USA. It's terrible. Yes, Georgina Stulen-Bose has made me aware of that case. It was so quick. It was so soon before I came to Australia. I didn't get a chance to really look into it yet. But she has emailed me quite a bit about that case. I think if you're talking about the one I think you're talking about, Roll. So we're going to be talking about that. That's the one, Roll. Yes, she sent me all that. We're gonna be starting to talk about that in the Wrecking Crew in Discord, by the way, probably when I get back from Australia. So yeah, that's on the burner, Roll. We're definitely gonna be talking about that. So I really gotta go. Gotta get ready to head out to Melbourne. So thank you all for being here. Remember to keep Teresa in your thoughts today. Get out there and tweet and say wonderful things about her. You know, like I said, Teresa's not a secondary, consideration. She's not an afterthought. She is just as important as everything else in this case, if not more. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you guys.